Corrales Ficklin McLean. Welcome, WYLCOME.com. We also have other websites. So just go look for my name, Corrala, Carrala, Ficklin, F as in food, ICKLIN, McLean, MCCLAIN. And you'll see other websites that I've created. No, I didn't create these websites. These websites were created by a young man named Abdul. Very, very creative young man. His name was Abdul. His name is Abdul. But what I do, I give the content. He does all the creation and everything like that. So we continue looking at the imperfect. So these are expressions that are normally used in the imperfect. When you're talking about time, it's 3 o'clock, it's 5 o'clock, it's 1 o'clock. To say it is 3 o'clock or it is 5 o'clock, okay, you use the imperfect rather than the preterite. When you're talking about one's age in the past, you know, when I was 35, when I was 55, when I was 20, you express the time, you express one's age in the past, because it's not now, but one's age in the past in the imperfect. So, eran las 8 de la mañana cuando llegaron. So what time was it? It was 8 o'clock when they arrived. And it's 8 o'clock de la mañana, that means 8 a.m. Tenía solamente 12 años cuando te conocí. I was only, I met you when I was only 12 years old. Now, if you notice that this is one of the verbs that I told you that normally goes in the imperfect, conocer. But when it goes to, let me see if I can find it for you. Let me see if I can find it. This is card 32. Let me see if I can find it. You see, conocer. And I said, when conocer, when the meaning that you normally know, which is to know, or that you normally are familiar with, which is to know, when it's in the imperfect, that's the meaning, when it's in the imperfect. But it's highlighted. So when it's in the preterite, it has a different meaning. So let me go back, because it's in the preterite. And when the verb conocer is in the preterite, it means to meet. So I met you when I met you, because I'm doing it backwards, right? So this is, I only was 12 years old when I met you. So conocer, when it's in the preterite, it doesn't mean to know, it means to meet. And when I met you. All right. Tenía 30 años cuando me casé. So I married when I was 30. I married when I was 30. Tenía 30 años. Tenía 30 años is age. ¿A qué hora? So I'm asking, at what time? No, ¿a qué hora era cuando te llamó? ¿A qué hora era cuando te llamó? What time did he call you? Okay, you're talking about time. ¿A qué hora era? Right? Eran las 12, eran las 2, eran las 4. At what time did he call you? So you're looking at the uses of the imperfect when you're talking about time and when you're talking about age. Those two things are usually expressed in the imperfect. When you're talking about the expression going to do something, ir a plus the infinitive, ir a, I'm going to call my mother, you're going to wash the clothes, okay. When you're talking, but you're talking about in the past. I was going to. wash my clothes. You were going to call your mother. I just exchanged it. Going to, ir a plus the infinitive, but we're talking in the past, don't forget, is a mental rather than physical exercise. You're talking about what you were going to do. You didn't necessarily do it. So it's a mental activity. When expressed in the past, it must be done in the imperfect, not in the preterite. So you don't say, I've never seen it in the impreterite, so let me see it. You wouldn't say fui a llamarte por teléfono, because that fui would be that would be the preterite. You would say iba a llamarte por teléfono, por teléfono. Okay. Iba a decirle la verdad. I was going to tell you the truth. Now, did you tell me the truth? I don't know. But it was a mental, because I didn't say, I'm not talking about necessarily what I did do, but what I was going to do. Íbamos a pasar la Navidad aquí en los Estados Unidos. Los Estados Unidos. My American accent became very strong right there. Íbamos a pasar la Navidad aquí en los Estados Unidos. We were going to spend Christmas here rather than in the United States. No me ibas a llamar, no me ibas a llamar, me ibas a dejar así plantada, no me ibas a llamar. Weren't you going to call me? Weren't you going to call me? So, what are we talking about? We're talking about ir a plus the infinitive. That's a form of the future if you use it irá, like voy a hablar. But if you're going to talk about what you were going to do, we don't know whether you did it or not, because that's not important. But what you were going to do, it's a mental activity. Te iba a llamar. Ah, me ibas a llamar, pero no me llamaste. Bueno, te iba a llamar. Okay. So maybe you did call, maybe you didn't. But the expression in the past must be expressed in the imperfect. Let me go back. When you're talking about time, era las cuatro, eran las cuatro, era la una, right? When you're talking about time, imperfect. Tenía 40 años cuando, blah, 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 blah. When you're talking about age, tenía 3 meses cuando. When you're talking about age, you're using the imperfect. So these are times when you use the imperfect. So once again, I want to keep it short, and I don't want to have so many different meanings at once. So I'm keeping it short to these 2 cards. Okay. Next card, we're going to look at, how you structure the present, the imperfect. I get ready to say the present progressive, but that's, the past progressive, but that's English, the past progressive. But in Spanish, it's the imperfect. So Corella Fickler McLean at, well, no at. It's Corella Fickler McLean. That's who I am. The website is welcome, WYLCOME.com. You can look me up to see my other websites and my other YouTube channel and my YouTube channels. If you're not looking at this on YouTube, thank you very much. Subscribe. If this has been of any help to you, I really would appreciate if you would subscribe. Let me stop sharing. Thank you very much and have a very good day. Bye-bye.